Designers should calm down, Cherry. A lot of times we get high on our supply, we think we're the best thing since sliced bread. Everybody calm down, man. Relax.
What is design for you?
Painting pictures of a desirable future. Then you now create the rails on the road that everybody can follow. My prediction is that as an industry and as a species, we either become broader or you become hyper-specialized, that you go very, very deep into something specific. There are two pivotal things that I think about every time. One is that, we all want the same things. We just happen to speak different languages. And your role as a designer is to be a multilingual translator/interpreter.
What opportunities do you see right now that African designers are not paying attention to?
I think the proliferation of learning and what these young kids are doing mad things.
What? Do you think AI is going to take your job?
Yes. The crop of designers coming up, completely different breed. Jeez.
Crazy.
Some things I'm like, what? I'm excited about it. I'm excited that design is in good hands.
Behind every design is a decision. Behind every product is a person. Behind every success story is a journey most people never get to hear about. The creative industry often celebrates the outcomes, but we are interested in the process, the experiences, lessons, failures, and breakthroughs. The defining moments that shape the people behind the work. Over a glass of wine, we are going to have honest conversations with some of the most influential designers in Africa, developers, founders, artists, and creative leaders building the future across Africa. Because sometimes the most valuable insights aren't found in a portfolio or a website. They're found in the stories behind them. Hi, I'm Avisi Gedosa, and this is Wine and Design by UDC.
Our next guest is a design leader, strategist, and innovation expert whose work has helped shape millions of people and experience technology across Africa. With a career spanning across advertising, consulting, technology, and financial services, he has spent years building teams, systems, and products that demonstrate the power of human-centered design at scale. Today, as head of design, research, and user experience at InterSwitch Group, Africa's first fintech unicorn, he leads a multidisciplinary team responsible for creating meaningful experiences across some of the continent's most influential digital products. Beyond the work itself, he has become a respected voice on design leadership, innovation, research, and the future of creativity in Africa. Today, we're talking about leadership, design, innovation, AI, research, and what it takes to build products and teams that truly make an impact. Please join me in welcome Paul Otu. And my first question for you is, before design, who was Paul Otu?
I have to go way back home because we've been doing this for a while. My first job was in Power Holding Company of Nigeria. Fun fact, right?
Yeah.
I'm an engineer by training. I studied electrical engineering. I was going in the line of electronics, microchips, and power systems. Until I discovered design by accident in my third year. All right. And I have not looked back. Right. So before then, I would say I'd always been curious. I used to break things a lot. I'd always been curious. I'd always trying to find the why behind the what. Right? And I think subconsciously or consciously, that kind of shaped the kind of designer I became over the years. All right. So before design, I was doing a lot of calculus, trying to build power grids and microchips here and there. But I think design saved me from a lot of that.
That's really amazing. You studied electrical and electronics engineering. That's really amazing. And for you, how did that really influence your work right now in design? Did that help in any way?
Yeah. Funny enough, at the time, I did not see the correlation. But it was much later on in my career that I could see how the two sides kind of helped shape the person I became.
Okay.
Case in point, right? The typical archetype for a designer is someone that is eccentric, is creative. We kind of box creativity into a certain archetype.
Yes.
All right. I found out that I did not fit any of all those archetypes. Fun fact, let me give you just.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Earlier on in my career, I had a job interview at an ad agency. Right. So there were two of us. So I got to the job interview. I was dressed as if I was working in a bank. right? Shirts, no title, tucked in and all. Then the second one comes in with a power bike, long dreadlocks, bouncing with his helmet, huge guy, right? He's my friend today. We're still very cool, right?
Yeah.
He walked in with the helmet, dropped the helmet on the receptionist table first, made a statement with his power bike boots and all those things.
Yeah.
And here was the guy looking like a banker in the corner. Of course, the guy got the job.
Wow.
But, right, I got called a few months later and we worked together for some time, and it was obvious that that mold, I didn't quite fit that mold at all. Now, I'm saying this to say, the logical side of being an engineer actually helped balance out the creative side I think I've always had.
Okay.
So a lot of times, while I never saw design as art, for instance. I never saw it as the science of making pretty things. It was always a view to solve a problem. Right. And I think my engineering background made that possible. The fact that, building with constraints, you always have constraints. You always have constraints that you have to build around. Right? It was a major thing. I would like to say, yes, I started out as a designer, but I think I was more of a builder, right? So building systems, building things. I always saw them as building blocks. Always finding myself going back to first principles across board. So it's really influenced it. As at the time, I didn't realize. Much later.
That's amazing. And looking at your journey, I would say, like, looking back, was there any moment or was there any misunderstanding you had about the industry, about like your future? You know, at the end of the day, some of our audience are like designers looking for their way, or senior designers who are looking for, a better future. So is there any misunderstanding you have about the industry, in your journey?
Yeah, a lot. The industry has evolved, first of all.
Yeah.
We've come a long way. I think design as an industry has come a very long way since when I started.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Back then, in fact, I cannot tell my parents I was a designer. Right? But right now, it's cool to be a designer.
It's cool to be one.
We wear colorful pants, have interesting hairstyles, and all. But the major misconception I would say I had was that we thought creativity was an all in build, or like an end in creativity in itself.
Yeah.
It's good, it's great, but that is not what it's all about. Creativity is the main tool, but until you start solving real problems, right? You've not really built, right? So the focus on craft is critical, but you need to translate that expertise and the craft to real life problems that have business value and impact. Because at the end of the day, there's a lot of there are many wheels that make up the engine. Design is one of them. Very important part. But I think it would be foolhardy to think that design is going to change the world alone or by itself. It's a combination of many moving parts, many moving systems that work together to make the world a better place. So that was the first major misconception I had. That look, see, I thought we could change the world. In fact, God, thinking about it now is even cringe. There's one IG post I had. Then I've gone to archive it fast. Said we are changing the world one pixel at a time. It was a pixel style design. Change the world one pixel at a time. That's one of the most dumbest things. So there are bigger systems. There are bigger things. Right. It's not that deep.
That's really amazing to hear. And looking at your history in advertising, consulting, technology, research, I would say, like, what have those transitions taught you? Because you also mentioned that, you see design as one of the major parts and not just the whole part. So you've done a lot of stuff to get to where you are now. So have those transitions taught you, or what have these transitions taught you so far?
For the first time I was thinking about it. I never considered them as transitions, honestly, right? There was not a hard line that said, okay, this is consulting. This is my consulting phase. Okay, let me switch over to my advertising phase. Let me switch over to my technology phase. It has just been a constant and a repeating cycle of always trying to push, always trying to, break a ceiling or explore what is possible here. And find out that, there's more, and just follow the rabbit hole until you realize that there's so much more, right? So I won't call it a transition in terms of career, but I would say there were monumental mindset shifts that, triggered those career shifts or moves, you would say.
Yeah.
One of the major one I remember was the fact that when I was in advertising, the transition to technology, I didn't realize that the advertising industry was an industry. Honestly, I just thought we're using creativity to solve business problems.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But with the proliferation of technology tools and all those kind of stuff, the transition then was, okay, technology is changing the world in more ways than we knew how to. Right? How can we apply creativity as an extra layer to make the technological advancements that are currently happening more mainstream, pretty much. Right? So I didn't think of them as career shifts in particular.
That's amazing. And looking at those transitions, looking at how you move from point A to point B, honestly, there is going to be one of the hardest seasons in your career. There's going to be one of the toughest seasons in your career. So, our audience would love to know what has been the hardest season in your career, because at the end of the day, designers need to have, a stronger voice. I think behind the camera, you were mentioning about how design is going to be like mainstream and how design solves problems. So like, what has been the toughest seasons in your career, so that's gotten to where you are now?
There are two I would like to talk about. The first of all, backstory.
Yeah.
I listened to too many motivational speakers early in my career and I got into trouble. Right. One of the first ones was that, so when I first started out, immediately after my consulting role, I did not go straight into advertising. I set up an agency, a business, a creative business.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For a while.
Oh, wow.
We did great, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I had a very good friend of mine that set up he had a tech startup. And so we're practically sharing office, working together. So we had similar projects. So he was the tech guy, I was the creative guy, and made magic, honestly.
Okay.
Right. But we scaled very fast. And we had not built structure and systems and the maturity to handle that level of growth.
Yeah.
Right. And things kind of imploded over time. We imploded under the weight of it. Right.
Yeah.
And that was one very difficult period because in my head, I had to come to terms with the fact that, man, we didn't know as much as we thought we knew. We're proud and foolish. We thought we knew a lot.
Yeah.
But, life kind of humbled you and said, calm down, relax. Right.
Yeah.
Then the second one that was really difficult, that I found difficult, but to a large extent, we've been able to do better, is fairly more recent. And it's around the area of being able to get stakeholder buy-in. Right. You find yourself speaking too much English for something that you can see the vision. You know that it doesn't take much to make a difference.
Yeah.
But you do PowerPoint and you write justification documents, you pitch, you would have conversations, you roll over all those kind of things.
Yeah.
And there's no guarantee that you get the buy-in. And it's so frustrating because you know that there's nothing you can do without that buy-in. Right?
True.
So how we're able to overcome that was that one of my bosses, one of the people I work with, said something in passing. And he might not realize, Akim Lawal, he said something in passing. We're talking about something and just mentioned it casually. And he said, we need to, all of these solutions, we need to be able to demonstrate quick wins as quickly as possible. Right? Quick wins that would give your stakeholders some comfort and trust. So the focus, that was like a light bulb moment for me because the focus changed from trying to change the world with one pixel and a Figma screen to identifying the things that you could quickly do now that you can show working with. You can have a quick win, low-hanging fruit, deal with it, quickly show and tell. In fact, I tell people right now, my primary tool that I use is not Figma or any design tool, it's PowerPoint. Because most of what I do these days is going to sell to stakeholders, going to pitch an idea and all those kind of things. So that was a major one. Being able to get stakeholder buy-in for things that seem obvious.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we're in a much better place now. Now, I'm not just sure. I think it's even beyond the organization I work with. In general, I think design is getting a better, it has a better reputation than when we first started. Before, everybody thought they could. Well, they still think social, but it's not like,
we'll get to that very
not
soon.
like before.
That's really amazing. And I think there's a Chinese word called Kaizen, which means like one step at a time, like one step every day at a time. And all of these experiences you shared, these are really, really in-depth and so deep. So I would love to know how have these experiences shaped you into the leader that you are today? You know, because at the end of the day, people fear and run away from experience. Like, oh, this thing is hard. Like, how can I change the world? How can I do this, at this stage?
Interesting question. So, you know how there's someone on we're having fun backstory. We're having a team meeting once. And one of the guys on my team, he likes dropping in philosophical lines. He said that you can't see the big picture if you're in it. And everybody was like, Right. Basically, you can only connect the dots backwards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So as at the time, I had no idea that we're being shaped. Of course, we made some very horrible decisions. We hired some people that we're not supposed to hire. In the bid to get stakeholder buy-in, we made some compromises that we shouldn't have made.
Shouldn't have done.
Right. But all in all, how it shaped me was there are two pivotal things that I think about every time. One is that, at the end of the day, we all want the same things.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just happen to speak different languages. Right? And your role as a designer in today's world that is fast-paced, AI-driven, technology everywhere, is to be a multilingual translator/interpreter. Meaning that you should be able to be fluent in business. You should be able to be fluent in technology. You should be able to be fluent in creativity. You should be able to be fluent in customer insights. You should be able to be fluent in culture. You should be fluent in humanity, right? And take those contexts from different angles, right? Different story, different points, and depending on who you're talking to, you switch your context, right? At the end of the day, everybody wants the same thing. We all want the business to grow. We all want to achieve. We all want to change the world, right? But the way we communicate, that's the major thing. So if there's anything that has shaped me now, I think it's being able to see from other people's perspective. Empathy, that's design, that's something. If I see anybody sending that to me,
design processes.
That design process. Fun fact, once I see that thing on anybody's portfolio, that's the end. That interview is done. Right, but yes, but empathy, right, it's critical.
It's very important. Very important. Talking about empathy, you had design, and not just design, business, design, or you are in a position at InterSwitch whereby you make some of the most important decisions. So I would love to know, how has that responsibility, or how does it look like? Because most times people feel like InterSwitch is just InterSwitch made by developers, right? So we have to really change that concept. So what does that responsibility look like as the head of design at, one of Africa's first fintech unicorn?
Plenty gray hair. Right. But no, in all fairness, it's a very good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. For most technology companies, what you see a lot of times, but things are changing.
Yeah.
What you see a lot of times is the technology.
Yes.
Technology first. Everybody, and the word technology is like a black box. A developer can come and tell you that this project is going to take 20 weeks to sort out. Because it's a black box that you really can't code, you don't know what is there.
Yes.
You would agree. If you want to negotiate, you would now say, okay, worst case scenario, 15 weeks. But if a designer should come and tell you something happened once, we're trying to build something, and I mentioned to the business that it was going to take 3 weeks for detailed end-to-end research for it, and people flipped. Like And like, it's research. No. Why? Let's not be a blocker. Let's not, what are we going to be doing? We're going to be asking people what they want. That Steve Jobs said, if you ask people what they want, to have all kind of silly stuff that people say.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That black box concept, the fact that people don't understand what goes on, right? But everybody assumes they understand design.
True.
That's the problem. Everybody assumes they understand. I used to say this growing up. Okay, well, not growing up, early in my career.
Yeah.
When I used to give talks, that if you can dress up, if you leave your house and you dress up, and you look like a mad person, the likelihood of you being a good designer is high. But I've changed that now.
Exactly.
Because people don't see what's behind the scenes. Right? And it's not because they are intentionally trying to stifle. As I said, we all want the same things.
Yeah.
Communication is critical. Right? What does it take to get you to take, not everybody, your critical stakeholders, the people that will be your promoters behind the scenes to see what happens. Right? Take that business person. One of our research sessions, we brought her into the room, and the kind of insights that were coming through were like, that did two things for us. It brought us credibility, brought us time, and people got shared understanding. Right now in InterSwitch, if it's now the leaders, now the leadership, it's now management that says, how far have we done research on this?
Wow.
What is the insights? Where is data? Show me data. It wasn't like that before.
Wow.
Right? So in leadership, there are things that you would have to make bridges. Right? You would have to leave your high horse and go and sit with a difficult stakeholder and say, see, we all want the same thing. This is what I'm showing you. This is what we're trying to achieve here. Ask all your questions now. Blast me now. Because when we go to a general place, I need your brain. So by the time you've done all those things, this by little, you've had all those little conversations.
Yeah.
You realize that things are a lot easier. That's managing upwards. A different kettle of fish managing downwards. Jeez. I think that one has given more gray hair. Because you assume that you have to manage your uplines. But there have been times that I have, there's nothing as bad as going to battle as a general or a leader and turning back and realizing you're alone. Right? And the major leadership lesson I've learned is that you're only as good as people are around you. And you need to let them, thrive. Right? Some decisions will be made that you may not have the time or bandwidth or even the ability to explain to everybody the reason why. And even if you do, that's not a guarantee that everybody will understand. But the ability to build trust over time, right, has been critical. The ability to find promoters. Remember I told you about promoters and leadership, where you can talk to some people in advance to say, boss, this is what we're trying to do. What do you thought are your thoughts? Their thoughts and everything. The same way you're working with people, you need to go and say, okay, guys, I'm thinking this is the direction I'm thinking we should go. What are your thoughts? You know where you're going. But I mean, in hearing people and being open-minded, you realize that you probably did not think it through properly. There are areas that you missed out on. And people are much smarter than you think. A lot of times, we tend to assume that now we get sense pass.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Right. The collective is always, depends on the collective shall. But most times, the collective is always better than the individual. Right. Every time, actually. Design is a contact sport, it's a team sport. You cannot see everything. You cannot. Right. You cannot see everything. You will miss stuff. Right.
Yeah.
So those are the major leadership lessons I've learned.
Oh wow. That's really deep. And talking about design, I think everybody, like you mentioned also in our discussion some time ago, you mentioned like everybody feel like they can design.
AI
now. We'll get to that very soon or later. But what is design to you, to Paul? Like, what is design?
All these hard questions you're asking me. Wow.
It's an easy question.
So, what is design? Painting pictures of a desirable future right?
Yeah.
A desirable future state. You painted the picture. Then you now create the rails on the road that everybody can follow. Right? Sorry if that sounded too philosophical, but that's how I see it in my head. There's a desirable future that all of us want,
End goal.
regardless of who you are, right? The ability to paint that picture before it comes to existence, right? And walk backwards so that everybody else can say, oh, okay. And now start walking towards that. That's what I see designers. The biggest mistake I think we make as designers is to think design is Figma, or design is a screen, or it's digital design. I believe if you're a product designer, nothing stops you from being a fashion designer. Nothing stops you from being an environmental designer.
Industrial designer. Yeah.
In fact, okay, no, let me not tell you that one. What I'm working on, like for instance, right now, I'm intrigued. Everybody seems to be intrigued with AI, but I'm more intrigued with it on the hardware side of things. What can we build? I'm learning CAD again. Like
AutoCAD.
Apparently, by the time when we did AutoCAD, it's so bad now. A lot of things have changed.
Yes,
but
a lot.
The hardware side of things, right? Those are systems. The ability to design systems, the ability to design initiatives end to end, the ability to design events. For instance, you know, it's design experiences. So design is not limited to that fancy, fluffy, colorful thing that we art. Design is not art, I'm sorry. Art is important, art is beautiful, but yeah. I'm not sure I answered the question, but you get.
Yes, I do get it. It's more like looking at the end goal and looking at the vision. I think from a Google search, Google said design is problem solving. But at the end of the day, your ability to see that problem and now walk back and solve it, you know, that also goes like a banning line.
And the most beautiful problems are problems that people don't know they have.
Yes. Right. Yes.
You get, and it's special.
And your role is a very critical one, I would say, honestly. Nobody will be like, oh, InterSwitch is doing, you know, they're really intentional about design, you know. So how do you balance business, design, creativity, logic? How do you balance it across the organization?
This question. I think the concept of balance is it's not a fallacy, but it's not an exact science.
Okay.
There'll be times where we need to prioritize Naira and Kobo. Your user experience, wait first, just calm down. There'll be times when you need to optimize for speed.
The speed,
There'll be times when you need to optimize for your technology stack. Right. So I think the balancing act, not that everything is going to ever weigh the same, but it's like at every point in time, being able to, you know, self-regulate to know what we are prioritizing per time.
Yeah.
Right. How does it work? It's a combination of three things. For me, one is gut feel. You know how you do things repeatedly. You have a sense of, okay, this road, the last time we're here, these are the possible scenarios that can happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's happened to everyone. You walk into a room and you plan to maybe present in a certain way. But by the time you look around, you realize that, okay, this person is here. Okay, there are some keywords that I'll throw into this presentation that will give me the kind of buying I want.
Yeah.
You're able to self-regulate. So that gut feel plays a very critical role. Right. Remember, I said designers need to be translators and interpreters.
Yeah.
Right. The ability to speak the language, understand the language of what is going on within your context is critical. Right.
Okay.
Micro and macro. So, for instance, we all know that the industry is being disrupted by AI.
Yes.
Right. There are some initiatives that would not make sense to bring up now because people are in a state of flux. Right. Being able to understand that thing from a business perspective, where or a new competition has launched something that is going to give you your business a run for its money, or a new regulation is targeting your cash cow, right? How do you understand the implication of that piece of headline on the news to your day-to-day, right? How do you design defensively, right? What is your core at this point? Are you going to push customer acquisition? Or are you going to defend the market share you currently have? So those things, right? Those are the things that fluency, that ability to understand the different contexts all around you is critical, right? Then the third, I would say, is leadership. Now, not my leadership, but the ability to look ahead. There's a North Star that everybody is going for, right? Leadership in terms of wherever you are, organizational leadership. If you've grown, if you've seen leadership decisions made in the past that you don't have full context of, and by the time the results came out, you're able to say, oh, okay, that's why I did this. I have been very privileged. So all the people I've worked with in my career, solid, right? People. Right. Visionary leaders that have a good heart, right? So being able to see that example, you know that, okay, this is the direction the organization is going by the person's body language, by your leaders, the kind of things that we're prioritizing. So, for instance, if your leader is prioritizing a particular area and you decide that this is what you want to prioritize, you're out of sync.
Yes.
All right. So those are the three things: gut feel, fluency, and leadership.
And from your experience, why should African companies, like, because we are in Africa, we have our own problems and issues. So why should companies in Africa, especially in Nigeria, why should they invest in design?
Because we don't have a choice.
Okay.
So, let me explain. One of my favorite movie scenes is Batman and Bane, that fight.
Legendary fight.
Yes. And you know the story now.
Yeah.
Bane was decking Batman and Batman go off light. And there was something being said.
Yeah.
Said, you merely adopted the darkness. We're born in it.
We're born in it.
Right? I only saw the light when I was a man, when I become a man. Meaning that there are some things Africa has problems, don't get me wrong. But there are some problems that only Africans can solve because we lived it, we breathed it,
survived it.
There's some things that you tell somebody that is not from this part that you say you are going through trauma. But it's okay. Now, the reason why designers are in the best, I won't say the best position, I would say we have an opportunity to change the narrative and build things is because technology is gradually getting democratized. Right. But if you look at the technology models, for instance, look at technology in itself. Technology in itself is largely crisp, not fuzzy, meaning that it is ones and zeros. So it's almost an exact science.
Yes.
Right. The logic to make something happen is predefined, regardless of where you are. But the cultural nuances that shape the experiences that people carry, that shape the perspectives that they carry, are fuzzy. They're emotional. They are very somewhat illogical. They are based in culture. They are based on culture. Right.
True.
Yes, we can develop experiences, but the people that are best positioned to do this are designers for three major reasons. One, designers are the ones that are very customer facing. So a good designer has to be steeped in culture. You need to understand what's going on. You need to understand not trends, let's say, but culture. Right.
Problems.
Two, they're not thinking. We're typically left brains, meaning that when everybody is thinking like this, you're thinking like this. And it's that disruptive thinking that is going to make a difference. The third one, which is the most important, right? Africa has the youngest population in the world, right? Africa's resources are being exploited by people that are coming to our dark place to collect what we have. People that are living here, we understand it, we see it better, but our mindset hasn't been conditioned to recognize that this is gold, right? As designers, we have the opportunity to create that, to paint that picture of a desirable future.
Yes.
and let people walk into
it.
right. So I look forward to, there was a time we said that designers deserve a seat at the table.
Yes.
I don't agree with. I agree with it, but I think they've given us the seats now. What are we doing?
What we'll do with it.
Right. How are we shaping business decisions? How are we shaping policy? How are we shaping the things that will influence and shape the next generation going forward? Right. Those are some of the things that I'm very particular about. And we have it all. We have access to all the tools. What technology has done for us is that the same Figma, for instance, used here, is the same Figma they use in Silicon Valley.
True.
The same model, apart from the one that they just banned.
The orange one
is the one that everybody uses. So we don't have any excuse. Right. And if you look at it, right?
Yeah.
The world we need scale in Africa. We need scale. That's why I'm saying design cannot do it alone. Quite all right.
Yes.
But it has to be an integral part of what we are building next. All right.
That's really deep. And I think you mentioned the time like you have over 40 plus designers in your team. That is talking about like the size of a full-blown organization. So the question is, and also you talked about, how we are going to solve this problem. So how do someone build a very strong, solid design team for over 40 plus people to, be designing one problem, right? Or focusing on
problem.
so many problems. But, for over so many people to actually believe in a vision, like, that means there is something that they see that other people outside may not see. So, like, how do someone build, or how do a founder out there who's, okay, they will have $1 billion, they have amazing idea, but they're having a problem with designers designing that and scaling back. So how do you build that?
First of all, it has nothing to do with numbers.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with numbers. I'm sure some founders in the room will tell you that. I mean, it's not, you don't need 40 people to build anything great. Clarity of vision is what is critical. Clarity of the problem you want to solve and resourcing for that problem.
No problem.
Right?
Okay.
Understanding the context.
Yeah.
And resourcing for it. The way you resource for a company that just raised $5 million is different from the way you resource for a company that needs to bootstrap its way out of a critical problem.
Yes.
See, you don't. There's no one size fits all approach. So clarity is key.
Okay.
Emotional decisions. I've made a lot of mistakes in this area, and one thing I've learned is that hiring is like a design project. So.
Yes.
In the sense that you need the right mix of, the right compromise of, for instance, your layout, your typography, and your balance on your white space. All right. Who is your white space person here? Who is the strong character that would communicate and articulate design decisions? Who is the person whose perspective best reflects, be best suited for your target audience at this time? Right. So those are the kind of things that you look out for in recruiting. It has nothing to do with the numbers. It has everything to do with the problem that you have right in front of you per time.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of people underestimate this. But the design doesn't exist in a silo. So the organization I work with is a very has been supportive of the kind of work that we do. That's given us wings, has given us a lab to play with. So we're able to, So I'm saying it's a combination of many things. But take what is around you as constraints and build to the best of your ability with that in mind.
That's really amazing. I think I saw a Twitter post about, a guy who bought a standing decks and he raised the decks up so that I could stand and work. But NEPA or electricity took the light and he had to stand for over how many hours. Do you think there's a lot of design problems in Africa that, design can solve or design should solve?
Yes. There are many problems we have in Africa. There are so many. Has your car broken down on the road, on Lekki Ekpe Express Road before? You know what will happen. you will see able-bodied men in their scores appearing from nowhere.
Left, right, center.
You get. So my question is that, so there's a poverty problem, there's an education problem, there's a healthcare problem, there's an accessibility problem, right? There's an unemployment problem. How can we solve for them? Right. I'm very particular about education. So I'm thinking, are there ways we can use technology to design solutions to make sure that they release that? You heard the story about JAM, right? Where they are dropping cutoff marks by the day.
Yes, yeah.
What can we do about it? Right. Yes, everybody does remote work. Do we have to be in a classroom to learn? Are there things we can do? Are there things we can we democratize learning? Leave traditional curriculum development. What is the real curriculum? How can we influence what people are learning? How do we make what I take in relevant to the problems that I'm going to face in the real world? Do I need to finish learning before I'm able to solve problems? Can I start earning while I'm... there are just a lot of things that we need to think about. I'm working on a health product the other time, and you see statistics that you don't believe. So, for instance, they say Nigeria has the highest rate of infant mortality in the world. I'm like, how now? How? Well, it's true. It's true. Right? You see some statistics and like, is it for real?
It's real.
Right? But it is. So, I'm saying, what can we do about it? Are there areas we can come together as Africans or, designers or creative people to build something that can work? I don't have the answer. It keeps me up at night.
You're still finding it.
But it's there.
Yes.
There. I know it's there. I know there is.
Talking about some of these opportunities, and what opportunities do you see right now that African designers are not paying attention to? I think you've talked about some of these problems, but let's talk about the opportunity. Like, okay, if I do this, like, this would be really massive.
I think the proliferation or the availability and democratization of learning, of information. I know it seems pedestrian, but the amount of information at everybody's disposal right now is infinite. I saw a statistic that said the average, by the time you're 12, the amount of information one would have consumed is about 60 times what someone would have consumed in the 50s or something by the time you turn 7, something ridiculous like that, right? What are we doing with that, right? Accessibility of information is critical, right? It's available. Trust me, the same information that the guys at Silicon Valley have access to, I'm sure is available. I want to say something, but it's on record. I have a theory in my head. Computer Village, back then, helped Nigeria's technology develop the way it is. Because I remember they used to buy Microsoft Word for 250 naira. Pirated. Don't put this part to right? Photoshop that will crack. Right? Nobody could afford it then. But there was a thriving creative ecosystem in Nigeria. How? Now, that same thing is happening, but is now legal because there's information everywhere. There's YouTube. Literally anything like the sun, you can learn. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, environment. I'm not going to sit here and claim that our environment is perfect and all those kind of stuff. We have our constraints. But for every time we make an excuse, there are other people in the same environment that, have taken those odds and have built something. Can we stack the odds in that way?
And along your learning all of these processes, what lesson took you the longest to learn that you've seen it now, like, but I've gotten this so far, but all good. What lesson took you the longest to learn? What's very important to you now?
One readily comes to mind is that, look, don't get high on your own supply. A lot of times we think people care the world doesn't really care. So, no, let me try and rephrase it properly. You know, when you're building something, you see a vision, you believe in it with all of your heart. You think it's going to change the world. The burden of proof is on you to make sure other people see it too. So, if you're a founder and you get vision, other people around you are just they're trying to build their career, they're trying to learn, they're trying to earn a living. Burden of proof is on you to sell the vision in such a way that other people see the way you do and carry it.
You can move with it.
That's on the one side. Also in building, you might see something that you think is going to change the world and everything. The burden of proof is also on you to ensure that you're able to tell your story well enough, do all the things you do. But also realize that you might do all what you can and nobody really cares.
Yes.
But the niche, the small people that can make sure they have the most amazing experience about it. That's what I learned. Like you do something, you do something, like you project, okay, by this thing. Total addressable market. 200 million Nigerians. Out of 200 million, let's say 1%. Story. Right. So I mean, it's one lesson that we're still learning. I think that's one.
And I really want you to be honest about this next question is.
I'll not be honest.
Do companies really care about research or they just care about the results?
Okay. Nobody cares about research. Everybody cares about results. Nobody cares about anything. Just care about results. Whatever you need to do to make us get the results.
Do it.
Proof of burden of proof is on you to ensure that what you are doing is getting the results. You cannot be investing in something that is not yielding. All right. You're going to take time, you're going to take resources, you're going to take energy, and you're going to get the same results. No. It doesn't make sense. Right. So you need to make sure, especially for things like research that are relatively new, I need to be able to demonstrate in black and white that before you did research, you had 5,000 users. By the time we did research and realized that this feature that you're doing is nonsense, we have 25,000. Let's talk. Now you can talk. You can bring your facts to the table. Right. But to sit down and say my company doesn't believe in design, doesn't believe in research, it's not their fault. You need to go and figure it out. You as a practitioner and subject matter expert needs to figure out how to create value that will stop the organization in their tracks and say, okay, there's something here.
Yeah. That's really deep. And let's go into like the current trends right now, especially with AI. AI has been the buzz, the talk of the town. Everybody's talking about AI will do this, how will I do this. A very simple question is, do you think AI is going to take your job?
Yes. My current job.
Honest.
Well, yes, of course. Of course. But put a caveat.
Yeah.
The caveat is this, right? A lot of, and we've been here before as a civilization.
Yes.
The caveat is that what jobs are they going to take? The caveat is that let me give you an example. So when I was in uni, things have changed now.
Yeah.
We used to Google our research, our projects. We used to go to IEEE. There was the internet.
Yeah, the internet.
Right. You could go and look for research papers. And our professor used to be very upset. That how can you just go and download something? Because in their time, they would go to libraries and open books and read. And write. And no. I have a 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
She came to me the other day. I think her mom told her to do practice questions. She went to ChatGPT, generated practice questions. And I felt like, yeah, that's my girl, correct. Her mom was so upset. But like, yeah, that's right. So now, can you see that transition?
Yes.
I use Google. Right. My professor went to look for hard books.
To read.
My daughter is using AI to generate everything and generate the questions and all of those.
That's it.
So you can imagine what my professor's professor would have been doing. And you can imagine what my daughter's child would do. Right. So the question is that civilization evolves. Of which my professor last I checked, yeah, it's still freaking relevant. It's influencing policy in the power sector and all. Well,
Till now.
yeah. Does the fact that you get who are from that era making me relevant? No. What you do with it. So yes, AI will take jobs that a lot of jobs that currently exist will be gone. Right? But the people that do the jobs would have evolved or should have evolved to a level where the human condition is better and you're able to be more efficient and effective in solving bigger problems. Imagine spending all the 6 hours in a library looking for one reference for Schrodinger's equation. 6 hours. I go on Google and I search for it and I get it in 5 minutes.
5 seconds.
With AI, right now, I'm deriving things that Schrodinger never knew or imagined would exist. Right? So,
yes.
What do you do with that extra time? There are other problems to solve. There are other things to discover.
Other challenges.
Other challenges to... So that's where I look at it. For designers, right? Yeah. This AI thing, everybody should calm down. Everybody should be calming down. People that it should affect are people that have refused to evolve. People that have refused to evolve. Right?
Yeah.
And if you look at it, one of the beautiful things about what we do is that we're able to design for emotions. Emotions are not predictable. Like I was telling my people in the office that day, people like what they like.
Yes.
You can buy something, you read all the features and everything. Sorry, you buy what you really want.
What you really like.
And design can influence that. All right. Yeah. Is the idea yet? Maybe not. Would it be there soon? It's possible. But it's still in front. So, but let's keep evolving. Let's keep discovering things. My prediction is that we would, as an industry and as a species, we either become broader, where the body of knowledge, skill sets you have is so wide, or you become hyper specialized that you go very, very deep into something specific. Right. So, yeah.
And how do you use AI in your workflow?
So something happened once. I don't know, let me not say this here.
Please do.
We're working on a production. We're trying to develop, we're working on a production like that. So we shared the first script, shared the first draft and everything. And I wasn't feeling it. So I passed it through the orange uncle. And the results were phenomenal. Like, what? The way things that I did not think about. Right. We expanded and expanded and expanded. When I presented that thing, oh my God, everybody was like, and I was like, yeah. But we all know. If you know, you know. So I think personally, what I use AI for is like a brainstorming partner. Right. On the one hand, for concept and just to think outside the box and everything, test ideas and all. But also just to see what is possible.
Yeah.
You know, to see what is possible in terms of optimization. These are the things that you do. Normally, it takes you 2 hours. How can I do the same thing in 2 minutes? That one is a given. But the fact that you can brain dump and just test ideas, test concepts without the risk of breaking anything in particular. So that you're able to filter the wheat from the chaff and say, okay, this one is there.
This one is the best.
Take note, it's not taken away from the main creative work. The main creative work is there. In research, for instance, you're able to synthesize data faster. You're able to say, these are the common threads that are going through. Okay, I might have noticed it in looking at it line by line.
Line by line,
but,
true.
Call out those things. So you deal with that. Focus. The 80-20 principle. You have to sift away the 20 to focus, the 80 to focus on the 20. Then you can deep dive in and focus further and get better results. I think. So I think for me, that's a major part. A brainstorming partner. Something that helps optimize processes. Thoughts.
So more like a collaborative partner.
Yeah, of course, more collaborative.
You mind sharing some of the AI tools? Because a lot of them are like, okay, you use AI. So
I use all of them. So it's funny enough, something happened yesterday.
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters. One is 5, one is 7.
Oh, nice. Shout out to the daughter.
Yeah. Girl dad for life. So one of them had a dance in school, right? And the song they were playing, I didn't like it. She selected it as well. I didn't like it. Okay, can we tweak this? So we went to her and we generated a song that had her name in it. You get
Oh, wow.
in like five minutes. All the things we talked about, it had her name, had what she liked. She was just blushing there. I feel like it's bad that, man. And I started came and said, no, that she didn't hear her name. I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, just give me a second. We tweaked the lyrics and
that own name.
Exactly that name. So I mean, it was fun and vibes, but it was possible. So we just but in terms of AI tools, I am an early adopter. I've used OpenClaw to do something that nearly puts me in trouble. Let's leave that one for now. But I'm an early adopter for technology.
Yeah.
Like, you know how you do low risk? Like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? You know? So test it, see what you have. But I don't get to attach to anything. So I've not used ChatGPT in almost 4 months now. All right.
Yeah.
But of course, I think almost any AI tool that comes, I want to play with it and so
try it out. Well, so you use AI tools not just in professional work, but in terms of personal stuff that you do.
Yes.
That's nice.
Even this conversation, I said, how do you prepare for podcast episode? I was telling me, I'm not sure it came in. It's all good.
Was it AI that gave you the inspiration to wear your hair? Because we're actually twinning. We're really black and black. And that was so coincidental. Audience, we didn't plan this at all.
Something was telling me to ask you what's your set like, so I don't look good. It's all good.
No, you look very good. Thank you. And in all you're doing, like at the end of the day, to the stage you are now, people will have a lot of misconception about you. So like, what misconception do people have about you and it's actually not true?
People think I talk a lot. I'm an introvert. I like my own space. Just leave me alone. But because of the work we do, we have to always just
Yes.
Just leave me alone with my Call of Duty.
Oh, you play Call of Duty?
All without exception. This last one, this Black Ops 7, was a downer shot, but okay.
That's really good. And to go into my next conversation is, how do you balance? You mentioned that you have 2 amazing, beautiful daughters. Shout out to your wife as well. So how do you balance family, design, and personal hobbies like playing games and all?
Okay, so good thing about it is that I like what I like, and in things I don't like, there are many. So the variant, there are not too many things I have to balance, thankfully.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a very supportive family, thankfully. Right. That gives me the freedom to immerse myself in work where I need to.
You need to be.
Right. But also the freedom to come back and not feel like, so you'll come back up. Right. I think that's a very major one. But I relax. I like my alone time.
Space.
With country music. And of course, playing with my daughters is a pastime. You need to see us. Painted my hair. I've worn makeup before. I have ribbons on my hair from time to time, but just keeps you grounded because you realize that all these things is fleeting. So, for instance, I was looking at Google, that thing that shows you 2 years ago, and I'm like,
Google throwback.
Yeah, like that moment has gone forever. Right. My child that is 7, she was 5 then. She looked very different. Her cheeks were chubby and everything. Like, this moment has gone. You can never leave it again.
And get it back.
So imagine if that time one was absent. But that was sure.
So dear designers, make sure you ensure that you focus on your life as well as your career. So, So I would love to ask, what's one of the toughest design decision you made, especially leadership decision that you made? Like, it was very, very tough, and only God knows if you want to make that decision in your life. Like, what's the most toughest decision you made in your career as a designer? Toughest decision.
I think it's a people thing. Where you've had to watch some of your best hands go. Where you've had to even facilitate that letting go. Because you know that's the next phase is like much better for them.
True.
Right. So you know that this guy is my guy. They're building something, but looking at the fact that the next phase will be better for you.
Right. So instead of this.
you think you get used to it, but nah. You get when you invest in people and everything, and when it's time for them to leave the nest.
Stuff.
That's one. There's some products. Have I ever felt bad about any product that we had to kill? No, I've not. No. But people conversations, people decisions are always very tough. Always tough. Always. It just made me remember one now. There's one company in this industry that's always coming to take my people. I'm watching you.
Or warning you. That's actually true. That's actually true. And we really appreciate you, Mr. Paul, for joining us. We'll soon round up. But I have a few questions to share, which is like, your role involves majorly handling people, right? Handling humans. What's the lesson have that taught you how to really manage people? Because managing people is different from managing products,
Human beings are multifaceted, though. But very complex in the sense that I think the design principles we use for work actually apply to human beings too. You need to, people go through stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. True.
People can be badly behaved too, but humans are like empathy is not a buzzword. It's not a buzzword. Right. In dealing with people, you realize that if, for instance, somebody has been a performer and all of a sudden the person is not sending anymore,
underperforming,
there is a problem. Yes, it's easy to say this person has a problem. Step up now. I need to step up, show up more now. Come on. But there's usually, that's just like 50% of the problem. The other part of the problem may be yours. Maybe environmental, I know, but there's a problem. And being able to see beyond work, being able to have empathy for human beings. What could be okay? Yes, we're trying to change the world with pixels, have you?
Yeah.
But I mean, if God forbid something happens, the work will still go on. All right. Being able to recognize that people are multifaceted.
Yeah.
That yes, this person is a designer, but the person is also a single mother. Or this person is also a DJ at night. Or this person, you get people have and the beautiful thing about it is that it is that neurodiversity that makes the team solid.
True.
Right.
True.
So don't vilify it when it doesn't suit your own current agenda.
That's really true.
Hard though.
It's very hard. It is very hard.
So let me give you an example. There's someone on my team that used to be, and he used to do music.
Yeah.
So creative guy, very creative. The guy was distracted. Have mercy. Be looking for him. You see him in the office now. Next thing you won't see him again. He'll run to one studio to go and record something. And it used to be very frustrating. But the thing about it is that it's his musical genius and creativity that made him, that added value to the work he was doing. Right? So it's finding that balance because sometimes that can be difficult.
That's very true. And while we round up, I would love to ask one important question, which is like, every designer, you have an opinion as a human being. So like, what's a very strong opinion that you have that, could get you hated on, when people hear about it?
Hated. I think that designers should calm down, Jerry. I think designers are very proud people. Creative, proud. Unnecessarily so. A lot of times we think we get high on our supply. We think we're the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Everybody calm down, man. Relax. Just calm down. There's a lot more than you. Well, it might not necessarily get me hated though, but it's not that deep. It's not that deep. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
You're not the Lord and Savior of the world. Right. You'll be okay.
We'll be fine at the end. Now, I know you talk about you love reading as well. So like, what's one book that changed your life or changed how you think?
The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. Chai. I read that book like 3 times. And every time it's... So you know how there are different seasons in life, right? As a career person, as a professional, and the arsenal at your disposal is different. So there's a line that talks about you're trying to hire someone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You're not hiring based off the person's strengths. No. What does it say? You're not hiring based on the person's weakness. You're not hiring for the person's lack of weakness. You're hiring for the person's strength.
Sure, the person-
And it's weird because
Okay.
your scenario, your situation at this particular time
Yes.
requires this skill set, this mindset, this kind of person. This other person is great though. If you were hiring 6 months before,
Yeah.
this person would have been fantastic.
That'll be fine.
But right now, we're at war. I need a wartime general. You get so
Yes.
those are the kind of things, scenario planning. And it applies to design and it applies to life in general. You make decisions based on the facts at your disposal at the moment. And when the facts change, feel free to change your mind.
There's a change. Thank you so much. So for one last question and call it a wrap, which is, what are you most excited about? What have you seen in the design industry in Nigeria, in Africa, that you're very excited about? You're really happy that it's happening. You see it in designers in Africa in general.
These youngins are doing mad things. So. What? The crop of designers coming up, the young crop of designers coming up, completely different breed. Jeez.
Crazy.
Some things are like, what? The level of thinking that goes into some of these things. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited that design is in good hands. Yeah, it is. The crop of designers that are coming up, the kind of questions they are asking,
Yeah.
that is informing the kind of solutions they're bringing out. And no, it's brilliant. So I'm very excited about that. Not just in Nigeria, across Africa in general.
Africa.
Right? There was a time that the designers that I used to really admire were Brazilian designers, Spanish designers. Those guys used to be crazy. But no. Across board. No. There's some young guys. I can't remember the exact name, but there's some Senegalese designers. What's that studio? Can't remember. But even the guys I work with,
Yes.
right? You see some things and like, okay.
Doing great.
Yeah. That's one thing I'm really excited about. And the diversity in it. You think about it, right?
Yeah.
There used to be an archetype for what a designer used to be.
True.
Crazy person with dreadlocks and colorful pants. Just joking.
Yeah.
But now, it's so diverse. You can't put a finger on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that.
Thanks so much. Do you mind if we cheers to that? Cheers to the Nigeria design ecosystem in general. Thank you so much for.
Thank you.
And before you go, we have a tradition whereby we'd love you to, just give us a word that you stand by, one word or one word that you stand by, and also like if you give, your signature as well. The audience will love to always have you, we want to have your footprint with us every time. So if you don't mind.
One word, right?
Yeah, one word and a signature.
Okay.
Right.
So
Thank you so much for
respect, of course.
respect.
You need to respect. Respect. I'm not talking about kneeling down and the fact that you don't take things for granted.
Yeah.
Whether the craft, the people you work with, and all.
Right. Know your vision.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Paul. And before you go, we have a gift for you as well from the Untitled Design team. We want to say thank you for taking our time today, especially on the Monday morning.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking our time.
I appreciate it. It was a good conversation, right? And I just want to also appreciate what you're doing with the Untitled Design community.
Thank you.
To let you know that, it's good to have something for us by us. Where,
Exactly.
and it also gives something for the younger ones to aspire to
To look up to.
right? So thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.